What happens when a country music star sits down for what should be a friendly interview but ends up in a heated on-air clash that spirals completely out of control? Blake Shelton thought he was visiting The View to chat about his latest album and maybe share some fun stories from his time on The Voice. Instead, he found himself in a tense face-off with Joy Behar that left the studio audience stunned. The other hosts scrambling and daytime TV history made. Before we get into how everything fell apart, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about celebrity interviews gone wrong. Now let's dive into how a simple promo appearance turned into pure chaos. Blake Shelton walked onto the set that morning with his trademark easy smile and laid-back charm. He'd done this routine countless times before: albums, tours, guest appearances. The country singer settled comfortably in his seat, exchanging greetings with Whoopi Goldberg, Sarah Haynes, and the other hosts as the cameras rolled. Everything seemed normal as Whoopi started off warmly. "Blake, thanks for being here today. Your new album's getting amazing reviews and fans are loving your new sound." Blake leaned back with a relaxed grin, his Oklahoma drawl coming through. "Thank you, Whoopi. I'm really proud of this one. We took some risks, tried new sounds, but kept that country heart my fans love. It's been a great ride putting it together." The talk flowed easily as they discussed his music, his time on The Voice, and his life back home. Blake joked around, the audience laughed, and the mood stayed light. Everything was smooth until Joy Behar decided to change the direction. "Blake, I have to ask," she began, her tone sharper. "You've been open about your views before. Living in Oklahoma and being part of country music, I imagine you have some strong opinions about what's happening in the country right now." Blake's smile faded slightly, though he kept calm. "Well, Joy, I try to keep music and politics separate. My fans come to have a good time and forget all that for a while. I respect everyone's views." "But surely you have opinions," Joy pressed. "We're living in serious times: climate change, social justice, inequality. These aren't just political topics. They're real issues." The studio grew quiet. Blake shifted in his chair, glancing at Whoopi, who looked uneasy. The other hosts exchanged worried looks. "Look, Joy," Blake said carefully, "everyone's got opinions. I've got mine, you've got yours. But I came here to talk about music, not politics." Joy wasn't backing off. "That's part of the problem," she said. "People with influence staying silent when they could be making a difference. Your fans look up to you. Don't you think you have a responsibility to speak out?" Blake's jaw tightened. "My responsibility is to my music and my fans. I make music that makes people feel good, that brings them together. I don't need to be preaching politics." "That's easy for you to say," Joy shot back. "When you're a wealthy white man in a red state, it's easy to ignore what others go through. What about the people directly affected by the policies you avoid talking about?" The tension was thick. Whoopi raised a hand. "Okay, let's take a breath." But Blake was done staying calm. "Hold on, Joy. You don't know anything about me or where I come from. You sit here in New York judging people you've never met, talking down to folks like you're better than them." "I'm not talking down," Joy replied heatedly. "I'm trying to have a real talk about real issues instead of just promoting another album." "Real talk?" Blake snapped. "This isn't a talk. This is you trying to trap me. You invited me here under false pretenses just to make me look bad." The audience was silent, hanging on every word. Cameras zoomed in. The other host looked lost. Joy leaned back slightly, smirking. "I didn't invite you. You came here to sell records. If you can't handle a few tough questions, maybe stick to singing about trucks and beer." The insult hit hard. Blake's eyes flashed with anger. He took a deep breath and replied coldly, "You just showed exactly who you are. Country music's about real people living real lives, hardworking folks who love their families and their communities. But you wouldn't get that, Joy. You're too busy judging from your ivory tower." Joy scoffed. "Oh, please, Blake, you live in a mansion. Don't act like you're one of them." "The difference is I remember where I came from," Blake shot back. "I don't pretend to be something I'm not. You want to talk privilege? Let's talk about the privilege of thinking you can tell everyone else what to believe." Whoopi tried again. "Guys, let's cool down." "No, Whoopi," Joy cut in. "This is important. Blake's the problem with celebrity culture, thinking you can stay neutral while the world burns." Blake laughed bitterly. "Celebrity culture? You're on TV every day telling people what to think. That's your job. At least I take a stand, Joy fired back. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. To people who already agree with you, Blake said. That's not brave, Joy, that's easy. Courage is trying to bring people together, not tear them apart. Sarah finally spoke up. Maybe we can find some common ground. Common ground? Joy interrupted. Some things are black and white. Staying silent isn't unity. It's enabling injustice. Blake's patience broke. Who made you the judge of what's right? You don't speak for everyone, Joy. I speak for people without a voice, Joy said, louder now. People hurt by the same silence you're defending. People like me? Blake asked quietly, his tone dangerous. Joy hesitated, then said, I mean people who could make a difference but choose not to. Blake stared at her. You don't know what I do or what I support, but you're fine passing judgment. Then tell us, Joy challenged. Use your platform now. I don't owe you that, Blake said firmly. You're just trying to box me in so you can attack me. Whoopi looked to the producers for help as the tension grew unbearable. This is about accountability, Joy insisted. About using your influence responsibly. My influence? Blake's voice rose again. You're using yours to ambush me on live TV. How is that responsible? Someone has to hold you accountable, Joy shot back. Accountable for what? Blake demanded. For making music? For making people happy? For staying silent, Joy said. Silence has consequences. Blake stood up abruptly. You know what, Joy? I've had enough. I came here for a normal talk, not an interrogation. Blake, sit down, Whoopi urged, but he was already removing his mic. No, Whoopi. This is exactly the problem. Everything's a fight now. Everything's political. Some things are worth fighting for, Joy said. Some things matter more than comfort. Blake turned sharply. You know what matters? Respect. Treating people like people, not props. You invited me here and spent the whole time tearing me down. I've been trying to have a real conversation, Joy replied. I care about more than just selling records. That was too much. Blake's face flushed. You think I only care about sales? You don't know anything about me. Then prove me wrong, Joy said. Tell us what you stand for. You don't get to demand that, Blake said, his voice icy. You're not my judge. Someone has to be, Joy insisted. Someone has to call out those who stay silent. Accountable to who? To you? Blake asked. My fans know who I am. They don't need me to shout politics to prove my worth. They deserve someone brave, Joy said. And who decides what's right? Blake replied. You, the media? Maybe people can think for themselves. That's naive, Joy said. Celebrities influence people whether they mean to or not. Then I'll use mine to bring people together, Blake said. That's my message. That's easy for you, Joy replied. Not everyone has the luxury of silence. You act like you know me, Blake said, anger rising. You don't? You judge from your studio, with no idea what people actually live through. I judge by your inaction, Joy said. You think entertaining people is enough? It is something, Blake shouted. It's joy, connection, hope. That matters. It's not enough, Joy said coldly. Not when there's more at stake. Blake stared at her, incredulous. Who made you the authority on enough? We all make choices. Mine is to walk away from someone who doesn't respect me. He started for the exit. That's right, Joy called out. Walk away. Show everyone who you really are. Blake stopped, turned slightly, his voice low but sharp. You know what, Joy? I hope your viewers see who you really are, too. Someone who mistakes cruelty for conviction. At least I take a stand, Joy said. At least I believe in something. Blake turned fully, his expression weary but firm. I believe in music, Joy. I believe in decency. And I believe in walking away from people who've forgotten both. With that, Blake Shelton walked off the set, leaving behind a stunned audience and speechless co-hosts. Joy sat stiffly, arms folded, her face unreadable. Whoopi finally broke the silence. Well, that was unexpected. We'll take a short break. As the cameras cut, the studio buzzed. Everyone knew they'd just witnessed something extraordinary. A simple interview had exploded into one of the most intense confrontations in talk show history. A raw display of pride, principle, and two unyielding views of what responsibility really means. Neither side had backed down. Neither side had listened, and that made it unforgettable.